Hiya, Laurie here. So today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, and that is the 3 looks 1 palette. I've never done this before and I hope you guys like it, and if you do, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you would like to see any more videos like this, let me know in the comments below, and also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. But for this video I'm going to be using the Soft Glam palette by Anastasia of Beverly Hills, and as you can see it is just stunning. You can create so many different looks with this palette. So for now I've just created 3 very different looks from one another, and I hope you like them. So if you would like to see the 3 looks that I came up with, then keep on watching. So I've already done my base makeup and I'm just going to show you the eyeshadows. So here is the finished look for look 1, just a really nice soft natural look. So to start this look off, I'm just going to take this colour right here, which is called Orange Soda, and it's just a very nice transition shade. And I'm just going to take this large fluffy brush and pop it into my crease and blend it upwards. Next, I'm just going to take this colour here, which is slightly darker. This is called Burnt Orange. And I'm just going to take a smaller fluffy brush and I'm just popping that into the crease slightly below the Orange Soda colour, and I'm just blending it down onto the lid. So now I'm just going to take this colour here, which is called Sienna. I think that's how it's pronounced anyway. And I'm just taking that same small fluffy brush. This is a slightly warmer and darker toned eyeshadow than the last 2. And I'm just popping that onto the outer corner and I'm blending it over the lid and into the crease as well. So next I'm just going to take the colour Rustic, which is slightly darker and cooler toned. And I'm going to take that same fluffy brush and I'm just going to pop it onto the very outer corner of my eye and the outer corner of the crease, and then I'm just going to blend out the edges. So now I'm just going to take this colour here, which is Cypress Umber. It's just a beautiful dark brown colour, and I'm just taking this pencil brush, which is slightly denser but still quite fluffy, and I'm just popping that straight into the crease in the outer corner of my eye. And then I'm going to take that larger fluffy brush I used earlier just to buff it out a little bit. And I'm just going to keep building this up until I've got as much as I want on and the shade that I really want it to be at. So I did apply this just a couple of times and then just went back in and buffed it out as I needed to. So going back into Orange Soda now, which is the colour we started with, and taking that same small fluffy brush I used earlier, I'm just popping this under my brow and using it to really buff out those edges. So going into the colour Tempera now, which is a beautiful almost white shade, and taking a flat brush, I'm just going to pop that onto the inner corner and centre of my lid just to add a little bit more light. Then using that same small fluffy brush I used earlier, I'm just going to blend that in. So going back into the colour Sienna, I'm just going to take that same small fluffy brush and I'm just going to pop that back onto the outer corner and crease of my eye just to deepen that up a little bit more. Then I'm just going to take the colour Rustic and this small detail brush, which is quite flat and dense, and I'm just going to use that to pop it under my lower lash line. So taking that same dense fluffy pencil brush I used earlier, I'm just going to buff that out slightly. Then I'm just going to take a brown eyeliner and pop that in my waterline. And finally I'm just going to take the colour Tempera again and that same pencil brush I used earlier, and I'm just going to pop that under my brow and into the inner corner of my eye, and then I'll do mascara off camera. And here is the finished look, just a really nice and natural look, and I hope you like it. So here is look 2, which is slightly more glam than the previous look, just a nice soft pink smoky eye. So to start this look, I'm just going to take this colour here, which is called Tempera, and it is the lightest shade in the palette, and I'm just going to take a large fluffy brush and pop that all over my lid. Next I'm just going to take this shade here, which is called Orange Soda, and a small fluffy brush, and I'm just going to pop that into my crease and outer corner and buff it out. Next I'm just going to take this beautiful pink colour right here, which is called Dusty Rose, and taking that same fluffy brush, I'm just going to pop that into the outer corner and crease of my eye, and then I'm just going to blend it into the outer part of my lid as well. Really blending those outer edges too. Going into the colours Dusty Rose and Sienna now, I'm just going to take a pencil brush, which is slightly denser but still quite fluffy, And I'm just going to pop those colours on the crease and outer corner of my eye just to darken up that outer corner. So I'm just building them up until I've got them to the darkness that I want them. And then I'm just going to take a larger fluffy brush and then just buff out those edges as well. Still leaving the colour on the crease and outer corner, just really concentrating on the edges. Going into the colour Sultry now, which is a beautiful shimmery purple colour, and taking that same pencil brush, I'm just going to pop that basically on top of the other colours in the corner and outer crease, just to really darken that up. And I'm just bringing it further in towards the centre of my lid as well. Then taking that same fluffy brush, I'm just going to buff out those edges. Now I'm just going to go into the colour Rose Pink, which is just a beautiful pink shimmery colour, and taking a flat brush, I'm just going to dampen that down with some Fix Plus, but any setting spray will work here just fine. It's just to give it that extra little pop, and I'm just going to pop that on the inner corner and centre of my lid and blend out the edges. So now I'm just going to take the colour Mulberry, which is a beautiful dark plum colour, and I'm just going to take a small pencil brush and taking a tiny amount, I'm just going to pop that onto the outer corner of my eye and blend it up into the crease. Really concentrating it in the crease. Going back into the colours Sienna and Dusty Rose, I'm just going to take this small detail brush, which is very flat and dense, and I'm just going to swipe that under my lower lash line. Going into the colour Noir now, which is just a basic matte black colour, and I'm just going to take an angled brush and pop a very thin layer along my upper lash line and lower lash line, and then I'm just going to fill it in my tight line and waterline with a black eyeliner as well, just to make it really inky black. And I'm just going to take that same detail brush I used earlier and just blend those colours under my eyes together and just smoke them out a bit. Going back into the colour Tempera now, which is the colour we started with, and I'm just going to take that small pencil brush I used earlier and pop that under my eyebrows and inner corner. So here is the finished look, and I really hope you guys like it. Personally, I love it. So here is look 3, which is another glam look, and I think this is probably my favourite. So again, I'm starting off with the colour Tempera and a large fluffy brush, and I'm just putting this all over my lid to give me a nice white base to start with. Going into the colour Orange Soda and taking a smaller fluffy brush, I'm just going to pop that into my crease and outer corner and just buff it out, and this is just the perfect transition shade. Going into the colour Dusty Rose and taking a denser fluffy brush, I'm just going to pop that into the outer corner and crease of my eye, right below the Orange Soda colour I've already placed down. And I'm also going to bring this colour slightly into the centre of my lid, but not completely into the centre. And then I'm going to take a larger fluffy brush and just buff out those edges. So now I'm just going to take the colour Cypress Umber, which is a beautiful deep brown colour, and I'm just taking a flat detailed brush, and I'm just basically drawing a line along my crease from the outer corner to the inner corner of my eye, and I'm making it quite bold as well. And then I'm just going to take a small pencil brush and the colour Rustic, which is slightly lighter, and it's just another beautiful brown colour, and I'm just going to use that to buff out the edges of that line, but still leaving it quite bold right at the crease to create sort of a cut crease. So my little thingy is not appearing, but I am just taking the Cypress Umber colour and that same pencil brush, and I'm just popping quite a lot of that on the outer corner and dragging it into the crease just to connect that line to the outer corner, and just to smoke out that outer corner slightly and deepen it as well, just to add a little bit more depth. And then I'm just going to take a larger fluffy brush and buff out those edges, but still not really touching the colours I've laid down. Now I'm just going to take the colour Sultry, which is just a beautiful shimmery plum colour, and I'm just going to take a pencil brush and pop that in the outer corner, but slightly more towards the centre and just below the crease of my eyelid. So now I'm just going into the colour Rose Pink, which is a beautiful shimmery pink colour, and taking a flat brush, which I'm going to dampen down with some Fix Plus, just to make the colour really pop, and then I'm just going to pop that onto the inner corner of my eye. Next I'm just taking the colour Sultry again, and this time I'm using that same flat brush, which I'm dampening with my setting spray again, and I'm just popping that straight into the centre of my lid and then just blending out those edges so it's seamless. Now I'm just going to take the colour Noir, which is just in matte black, and a very small pencil brush, and I'm just layering that up on the outer corner and the very edge of my crease, just till I've got it to the darkness that I want. And then I'm also bringing it down to the very outer corner of my lower lash line as well. So now I'm just taking a fluffier pencil brush and I'm very lightly blending over that black colour and under the lower lash line, but I don't want to blend it away, so I'm just being very light-handed. So now I'm just going to take a larger fluffy brush and just go over those edges just to really blend them out and give it a smoky effect. So going back into the colour Cypress Umber and taking that small pencil brush I used earlier, I'm just going to pop that into the centre of my lower lash line and blend it in with the black colour I've already placed down. And then I'm just going to do the same with the rustic colour, but I'm putting it more towards the inner corner. And lastly, I'm going back into the colour Tempera, which is the colour we started with, and taking that same pencil brush, I'm just going to pop that into the inner corner of my eye and under my brow, just to add a little highlight. So here is the finished look, and as you can see, I've added a wing and mascara off camera, but I absolutely love this look and I hope you do too. So that's it for this video, and I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I also have a first impressions on this palette, so if you'd like to see that, I will link it down below, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Bye!